Hello, my dear Pisces. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between March 16 and March 31st, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I now use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Cyril Marchetti. So I will start shuffling your cards. I call the Divine with love and light. I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us for today and give us a clear view reading for my dear Pisces viewers. So I want my dear Pisces to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So, and here we have a star card jumping from the deck. So the star card, that's being divinely guided, also healing, building on the ruins of the past. I want to take this chance to tell you about the moon, the full moon that we have March 12. We will also have the new moon March 28, and it will be visible at daytime, leaving the night time really dark for those stargazers. Earlier March 20 we will have the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere and the autumn equinox in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so I will just tune in for a few seconds. Okay. So my dear Pisces, this is your future. This is your now, and this is the past. The now is probably the last part of March 2017, but whenever you watch this is probably the exact right time for you to see it. So the first card for you is 8 of Coins. So 8 of Coins is like you've been putting in a lot of work into a relationship, business, some creative endeavor, or some else of your life goals. It's an 8, so it has been going on for quite some time, and there's problems to solve and issues to fix, but you're on it. So this is like being very in tune with your highest mission, really trying to make an effort, really trying to be the best version of yourself. When it comes to relationship, it's not time to let go. There's still things to be done, a lot of issues to be worked at. And it's like being called to the well. It's like being called to the divine and getting new instructions for what to do next. So it's a very harmonious card, and it's like not a quitting card. It's a continuation of what you have been working on before. So that can calm you down a little bit. The next card is Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is usually an Aries person. It can be any fire person, Sagittarius, Leo. It can also be any person of any sign. I will describe this person for you. The Queen of Wands is a person that their soul has been on earth for probably a very long time. They have a lot of experience of both the divine and the earth state. And they are very in tune with their impulses and their intuition. So they are very fiery. They can be very passionate, but also very angry, and also vengeance. So if you cross this person because they have a lot of self-respect, they might take revenge on you. Not maybe in a mafia kind of way, but you will know if you have crossed a Queen of Wands. So this might be talking about that this is what's needed in this situation, this situation of problem solving, that you might need a little bit more using your impulses, your intuition, your pure, divinely passionate, sparky self. And so maybe you need a little bit more self-respect and boundaries and expressing yourself, because the Queen of Wands wants to express herself. You can see this on the explosion in the stylish explosion in the background. So it might be an indication how to move along here. And it also, for some of you, it will be a relationship with this fiery person. and it might be mirroring something within you that needs to come forward. So here we have a Five of Wands. Five of Wands is, like you can see, it's a conflict, but it's also a tree. A tree is a beautiful expression of life. It's taking nourishment from the soil through their roots and up to the tree, and also taking down the light and giving out oxygen, taking in carbon dioxide. It's, if you should see a tree in a energetical expressionistic way, it will be beautiful. It will be like it's like very in tune with its environment. But here we can see conflict, but it's like inside the tree, so it might be inner conflict. Maybe you don't like your Queen of Wands personality. Maybe you don't want to be fiery or passionate or impulsive or following your instinct. Maybe you don't like this part of yourself, or you have a person in your life that you think are very over dramatic, creating a lot of unnecessary conflicts. I don't think that these conflicts are unnecessary. I have a bit of a cold, so I'm sorry for my voice. I don't think this is unnecessary. I think this is a starting of expressing something that you haven't been able to express before, but that's really crucial for this problem solving or personal growth, to be able to develop to the next level. It seems to go through expression of your fiery nature, passionate insight. I don't mean that you should start quarreling with each and every one, but more side with yourself when there is a conflict. Try to understand yourself. If you can understand yourself and where the anger or the sadness or all the passionate feelings are coming from, that will be easier for you to communicate this to others. Because the Five of Wands, it's much like the Temperance card. It's like when you get together with someone, they have their way of communicating, they have their culture. Even if you've grown up in the same family, you will have different ways of viewing things. So when you start to express yourself, you will be able, this is you and this is the other, you will be able to experience one another's reality, and therefore expanding your own consciousness and expanding the consciousness of the other person. So even then it's like this conflict. We can see wars all over the world, but if the different warriors or the different people in a conflict, even though it might be in a family, in a relationship, if they could express each other or express themselves in a way that the other person can understand, it will be easier to solve those conflicts and to get to know each other on a deeper level. So on the other side, you have a Queen of Swords. So it seems like we have one person in this relationship or inside of you that is very temperamental and expressionistic with this, and this is Queen of Swords. She's more like a hermit. She's as wise and as experienced as the Queen of Wands, but she doesn't really share this. It's like her secret, because she don't want conflict, so she don't want to express herself, and she wants to keep everything on a level head. This is Libra. Usually it can be any air person or any person at all. It could be two different sides of you, one being temperamental, the other one being very level, wants to not have conflicts, don't want to discuss, wants to keep the lid on everything. It's because the Queen of Swords feels a little helpless, because she sees things, she experiences things from this visionary level. She has this open place here in the forehead, the third eye, and also her soul really in tune here, wings here, so she sees like everything, and she makes a judgment of them, but she feels a little helpless, like no one will anyway listen to her. So it's no idea for her to express herself. She just expresses herself when she's asked, like being the Oracle of Delphi or being a psychiatrist or a doctor. When people ask, like, what's wrong with me, she can tell, but she won't tell you if you don't ask her, because she has had through the history some bad experiences. It's like the same person almost, but using two different tactics. This one, she's rebellious. She don't want to give up. She wants to tell people what she sees, and she wants to live with passion. She don't think that it's idea of living if you don't do it with passion. So this girl, she has been through the eons, the 6,000 years that we have been through here now, the last time epoch that has been rather dark, going through dark ages for a long time. She has been a revolutionary and often gone against what authority wants. So she has been burned on stake. She has been imprisoned, a lot of things. The Queen of Swords should have been the same if she had expressed herself, but she has avoided conflict and kind of separated from the human beings when they went through the dark ages, because she didn't feel like this was a part of her. She alienated herself from the population when they went into the dark ages, because she has a high vision. So she couldn't feel like she was one of us, and therefore she has taken a step back, just watching the show kind of, and also being very sad about how things are going. But it's just two different ways of the same coin. And now those people, those two archetypes within you, or these two people, those two sides of a relationship, for example, or people in the workplace or family, whatever you have, friendship, needs to learn from one another. So the Queen of Swords needs to start expressing what she feels, and the Queen of Wands needs to be able to see things from many different sides, and be able to make a judgment as well. Not only on herself, but also on others. Because sometimes the Queen of Wands is very warm and passionate, so she can be a little bit like seeing the good in everyone, and then getting very disappointed when they show up to not be that good. So here you have the High Priestess coming very much like the Queen of Swords. She has this soul as well, but it has went down behind her head like a halo, and those very sharp horns here have become like Taurus horns in her forehead, showing that she belongs to the cow people. It was a religion that was before this 6,000 years times that we are in now. It was just in the beginning. We have Taurus, Aries, Pisces. We are now in Pisces. We are going into Aquarius. So she has the wisdom of the olden days, and she is like the Queen of Swords. She's judgmental, but she is as Queen of Wands as well, very impulsive, very in tune with her passionate nature, because she believes in her instincts. She thinks that they are granted from the divine. She's very immersed in water here, so she feels all the feelings. She's very intuitive, and she has the wisdom owl here, much like the wings that coming here behind the Queen of Swords. So she's actually both those women, or all the queens in one person, because she has the Queen of Cups essence here, and she also have the Queen of Earth with having the enlightenment and the Taurus thing. So she's all the queens emerged. So it seems like your feminine divine nature are being awakened here, and you're supposed to integrate all your different qualities, all the four corners, all the elements, like being very much in tune with your feelings, being very much in tune with your knowledge and your experience and your wisdom, but also impulsiveness, your instincts, things like this. You're becoming, it's like there's opening a door to the divine, which you can connect to, and you need to bring all those wisdoms down, because we have been in the dark ages, but we are going out from those dark ages and going into Aquarius, and coming closer and closer to the golden age. It will take some 12,000 years or so, maybe 8 to 12,000 years before we get into the golden age. So, but anyway, we are leaving some dark times behind us, and that has been in dark in the sense of consciousness, and our consciousness is now awakening again, and it seems like you are much a part of this show with this divine feminine awakening and starting to tell what she sees in the world, what's need to be changed. She's getting her voice back. So that was in the past. For some of you it will be in the now if you're watching in early March. And here is in the now, the second part of March 2017. So we have a Knight of Swords. That's Gemini. It's a bit of it's very mental. Knight of Swords is very mental, thinking of things, trying to solve things through this overall rational vision, and doesn't have really the heart on the right place, doesn't really connect with the divine. They are much humanized. They are trying to solve everything with their logic mind. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. But they have the birds of prey, and you see the wings here, the wisdom to see things from an above angle, but it might make them a little bit crazy because they see things in so many different angles that they can't really make a good decision. They see things from every facet, from all around, and it's like being in a tornado almost. But I think this is going to solve itself in a beautiful way anyway, because you have the Eight of Coins here, a really stability for the Knight of Swords. It's like, how can I say this? Being able to ground yourself enough so you can make a decision, even though there might be lacking a bit of heart here. You can at least get groundness, because this is air and this is earth. So there's two differences, but it's like an anchor going between those. Problem solving in a Gemini kind of way can be very exhausting and very burdening to the mind. So we'll see what's being advised here. Okay, a Knight of Wands, that didn't make the thing really better. Two knights, the most reckless of the knights. These are teenager, year like between 17 and 22 maybe. Really reckless drivers, reckless astronauts, reckless youths, one playing with fire and the other one flying really high, being like this tornado, a forest fire. But this is a energy that's needed as well. If we think back to a time where people lived more maybe in caves, things like this, we needed brave young men to protect us against bears and other tribes. So they were a bit reckless, they were a bit impulsive, they didn't mind danger, they couldn't really see the danger, flying too close to the cliffs or burning too hot. So getting to fights, starting wars, but sometimes needed to protect the tribe, and also maybe expendable, but their genes haven't left the gene pool. We still have those reckless, youthful energies. So it must be really crucial for our development to have this energy. I think it's very innovative. It's also wants to see things from a total different angle, something that the older people in the tribe didn't ever think about. They think about, and sometimes we can feel that it's stupid. Everyone knows that if you throw yourself from one tree to another on the treetop level, you will probably fall down and break every bone in your body. But it's like they have never seen this before, and they want to try new things. So it's very much like wants to try new things, wants to do reckless things, wants to live on the edge of danger almost here. The Knight of Wands is a little bit more collected than the Knight of Swords, because he has this element of fire. So he has this element of the soul, of love, passion coming down, and he comes underneath the Queen of Wands. So it might be the Queen of Wands revolutionary side that we see here, wants to do something that's so dangerous that She might have hesitated to do it before, but now she has calculated the risks here with the Eight of Wands and seems like going for it, doing something that she hasn't really tried out and that seems reckless, probably expressing herself in some way. Human beings are really afraid, even though we have the voice to talk, we don't really do this. We keep a lot of secrets. We don't tell what we really think about each other and how we really feel, because we are afraid of conflicts. And it seems like this fear has been gone away here. So underneath the Five of Wands, we have a Page of Cups. That's the open heart space. That's the water that this High Priestess is being immersed in. Your emotional body, the Ace of Cups. It's pure water, Page of Cups, as is the Ace of Cups. So it's your inner child. So it seems like the Queen of Wands here is taking part for her inner child. The inner child seems to have been a bit traumatized by conflicts, maybe not feeling loved for the one person that you are. But it seems here that you are taking your side of it, and you are in the beginning on this because you have the Knights here. So you are doing this and you are not really experienced, but you are at least trying to start to communicate your inner needs. It might be like a little baby crying, or it might be an older child wants to start to have exchange, have the attention of the grown-ups. Look what I have done. Love, hugs, things like this. It's something here wants to be more supported. So what you have decided is to communicate probably your needs. So it's a very beautiful thing here. The next card underneath the Queen of Swords is the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is the Queen's lack of confidence in other people. She don't believe that other people will support her if she would say what she actually think and means. So when the Queen of Wands is opening up and just barking out all those things that she feels and how she support her inner child, the Queen of Swords just stands here in awe and a little feeling of being maybe overwhelmed or pushed. Because she don't want to tell the truth. She don't want to be exposed. She don't want to express herself. It come easier for the Queen of Wands. She has been doing this all the way through the Dark Ages. She has still done this. She has been punished for it, you know, burned and imprisoned and everything. But it's in her nature to express herself. So when she reinvents her in expressiousness, starting to express her inner child's needs again, it comes rather natural for her. But for the Queen of Swords, not so much. She prefers, her survival skills is to keep everything a secret, not really telling people what she thinks, how she feels, why she acts in certain ways. She wants to keep this a secret, so nothing will be able to be used against her, because she has separated herself from other people. She thinks that they are a little bit stupid and that they would never ever be able to understand her. So it's going to be harder for you to express yourself to this person. But it's not hopeless, and it seems like it will happen anyway. Either the Queen of Swords like it or not, and she doesn't like it. She wants to remain in secret, in darkness, kind of not really living her life to the fullest, just staying in the shadows and doing her thing, just hoping that no one will recognize her and see what she's doing, or calling her and seeing the things that she really feels, because probably she feels the same like the Queen of Wands, like this inner child. It's connecting them here. So I think she has the exact same feeling. She haven't feel loved for the person that she is, but she wants to remain it like this. She doesn't want to be caught having those feelings, wanting other people. She don't want to have needs, because needs means that you are independent, and she don't think that she has control over others. She just wants them to not know her secret, so they won't use this against her. She don't want to express her needs, because this might also be used against her. She's very separated. The Queen of Wands has chosen another road, so it's easier for her. So underneath the High Priestess, we have the Seven of Wands. It seems like both of those queens needs to start sorting what they like and what they don't like. And everything that you resist, this might be your own feelings about things. It's another 7. So 7 means that there are things that is on a repetition course. It's something that you have done before and failed, and now you have to do it again. It's spiritual growth, growing to the next level. It's another chance to do this. And the 7 of Wands is like, now it's time to stand up for yourself and to really express yourself for real. First of all, the 7 of Swords indicate that the Queen of Swords doesn't want to feel her own feelings. Not even that. She has put a lid on. But here they come. So, like a male coming, a lot of males here, and she don't want to have them, but she needs to listen to them, each and every one. It's the only way through. It's not going to solve itself. So I think the Queen of Swords needs to learn from the Queen of Wands here and start to express herself, even though it's not accordingly with her survival strategy or her personality. There needs to be a little bit trust, because this seems to be 2 very wise persons in this relationship or in this situation. So you can solve this, okay? It's not unsolvable. So you have taken either side of this. Either you have the fear of expressing yourself, or you feel that you now learn to express yourself. One is being a little bit behind, still resisting. This is resistance, and everything you resist persists, as I told you. So this is what's going on now. On the surface level, this is one expressing everything of their inner child, and this is the other one resisting everything that this one throws at her. So it's a little bit like a war. Here's the attack and here's the defense. But there's nothing to attack and it's nothing to defense, because you are on the same side. You have the same feelings. You feel unloved for the person that you really are, but you both need to start to express yourself and start listening to one another. Okay. So the next card that comes here is the Devil. So the Devil is your shadow. It's all your needs. All those needs that you feel is going to lead to your destruction, because you don't want to have them. You don't want to need other people. You don't want to need love. You don't want to need attention. You don't want to need comfort. Everything would be so much better if you could act really like a sovereign and be this lonely knight here, just roaming the earth. But this is not possible. We are here and we have a lot of needs, and for all needs you put in the basement, you lose a lot of energy, and you also lose your true self. And the shadow is something that you can't see, but for everyone else it will be obvious what you are hiding. So you're not fooling anyone by pressing your true self in the basement, by pressing down your true instincts, your true feelings, your true expression. It's not fooling anyone. It's just making them, they know that something is kind of wrong with you, but they can't really put a finger on it, but they kind of know anyway. So it might make other people not trust you, or not or thinking that you are dangerous, or something like that, because they don't really exactly know what you're hiding, but they know that you're hiding something. And if you are the Queen of Wands, hiding your true expression might be, I want to be loved. But what they feel when they see the Queen of Wands here with all this fire here, they see an angry person that's attacking them. So they don't see your true needs. They will start to defend themselves against you, against this attack. That's not really attack. It's just you wants to express yourself, wants to be loved. And if this is the shadow, they will see a person lying, a person keeping secret, a person being maybe a cheater, a person not loving them, a person wants to be anywhere else but with them. So a person that you want to leave because they have already left you. And the only thing you want to do is to hide yourself because you're a bit shy and you have a hard time expressing your true needs. You have a lot of them, but you can't express them. So you will come off as a person being very cold and distant. And this is not what you are. So again, when you put things in the shadow, it comes out distorted, and you are not going to ever get the thing that you really need. So bring a little bit light into your true needs, your true wants, your true desires, what you're longing for, how you want to be loved, because this is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6, the Lovers. So this is what is going to transform to. The next card is 3 of Coins. So the Queen of Wands, being very brave in this situation, is not giving up. She's soon finding her own old way of expression and finding that this is really good. Okay, I'm good at this, because she has done it for a very long time. She's just kept silence because of some trauma that have made her start to doubt herself and start to doubt her own passionate nature. Probably just being born on earth and being a child to someone does this job. But through this, she has started to express herself, and she has realized that, well, I'm good at this. I'm really skilled at this. This is how I solve problems. I'm very good at communicating. So it will be like a lot of communication here coming from the Queen of Wands through the Knight of Wands, which being Sagittarius here. And this is good. It's Trinity, so it's you working together with someone else and the divine in a beautiful way to heal a certain situation and to improve it. And it's much with personal growth. So it seems like the Queen of Wands is taking a big leap here in her personal growth. The next card comes underneath the 5 of Wands and Page of Cups is the Page of Coins. So this is self-love. This is your needs, how they are being expressed, like biochemic feedback in your body. And also it has a way of seeing things from another divine level. So the emotion will come and they might seem like they are going to destroy everything, but it's like they have this as being able to see things into the future a little bit through all the clouds, through the darkness. So your feelings can be trusted. For the most part, they are coming from your subconscious and therefore having a greater vision. So that's your emotional body. But you also have yourself as the seed, the person that you were when you came with a mission. So this is why you're doing this right now. You have a mission. This is about personal growth, expressing yourself on earth on a materialistic level, your divine self. Having this seed, this reason to why you came. So you are not supposed to be someone else. And the Queen of Wands seems to realize this here, that, okay, I'm picking up myself from the shadow, continue working on myself, continue expressing this and becoming more and more my true self for each and every day. So it's a beautiful way of growing towards the light. Beautiful. The next card underneath Queen of Swords and the 7 of Swords is the 10 of Cups. So it seems like with the Queen of Wands expression, the Queen of Swords start to trust love. Because when you start to know yourself, when you start to decide that, okay, I'm good, I'm worth loving, I'm worth having my needs fulfilled, so I will start expressing this no matter what is the consequences, because it's the only way I see forward. And you start doing this, you start to express your demons, and you're doing this with a very purity and honesty, showing that you're willing to work on this. You are not like coming like a conqueror and just saying, I'm right, everyone else is wrong, I need to get my way. It's not like this. You're just expressing your emotions, you're just expressing your needs. So it seems like this is making the Queen of Swords opening up and feeling like there's a real friend here. This is someone I can trust. This is someone I can open up to. I can rest with this person because they seem to be very crystal clear true. They don't seem to lie. They don't seem to want to hide their shadow from me. So it seems like it's building trust here with the Queen of Swords, even though she's the least trusting of everyone. So she doesn't want to trust, but she has learned to trust you. If you are the Queen of Wands, in other case, you are the one learning to trust. this person that's expressing their needs of you, probably. And the last card is Ten of Wands. So Ten of Wands is, it's silent. The High Priestess can also sometimes be keeping secrets because she don't think that human beings are worthy of her knowledge. And here it's like she's like watching. It's a gateway to the paradise here behind her. And she's watching the entrance because she don't want anyone to be let through here. It's only for certain people. But here it seems like this defense is starting to be worn down. I think the Queen of Swords are coming to a place where she also going to have to express herself, because this is like a volcano building up. Too much responsibility weighing down. It's triangles, so it's your souls want that you should kneel like this, that you should have to crawl like this, because your soul wants you to crack like an eggshell, so you will expand yourself. So Ten of Wands is usually suppression of what you really want to say, what you really want to do, how you really want to act. So maybe the Queen of Swords in the beginning is going to be rather angry and maybe talk for hours on end how unjustly treated they are by the Queen of Wands. Just listen to this. If you are the Queen of Wands, just listen. They need to start expressing themselves in some way. This is a very good way to do this. So just let them steam out. Don't take this personally. Take it as a victory. Finally, she's talking. I say she because it's a Queen of Swords, but it's probably, it can be a same-sex relationship, or it can be a different sex relationship. One of you is more expressive, one of you are not so expressive, but it's about the inner feminine sides, needs, and the children also needs. Okay, male people also have needs, of course, but they are more expressionistic. They're more have been traditionally in more material way, like I want to have this car, this job, this career, this thing. But here's more needs on a very basic human level. Okay, not any glorified level, but really basic needs. I need love. That's the biggest thing here, I think, with the Page of Cups in the middle. Page of Cups being almost like a jellyfish, water being in a watery environment, very sensitive to everything that happens there. So need a lot of support, needed protection. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful picture of a couple learning to express themselves and learning to understand each other and see that they actually have the same needs and the same want of being like creating win-win situation and becoming loved for the person that they really are. Don't have to hide between any kind of mask anymore, either being like aggressive or resisting attack, hiding. Okay, so I will take some cards from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms to see how we can guide your Pisces along the way here. We didn't have so much water here, expect from Page of Cups coming in the center and the High Priestess being immersed in water. This is where you get your wisdom from. Okay, so we have two very different advices for you here. One is the Sun Dancers. Start to find out what's going to make you happy. It seems like you are not in a situation where you're really happy. You need to build on the ruins. So even if there has been like a heavy journey with a lot of conflicts, dance upon the ruins of those conflicts and decide to aim towards this, what you want, what's going to make you happy, what's going to fulfill your needs. Don't dwell in the past. Try to create the future. Okay. Joyful activity, celebration of life. Try to find out each and every day what you can do to make yourself happy. Sometimes you won't have the strength to more than look at a funny movie. Sometimes it will be just going for a walk. Sometimes it will be something more that really would make your life spirits, like go out and dancing, skiing, out running with friends, something that's making your life spirit really wake up. The next card is the Metal King, discipline, armor, boundaries. This is the situation where you need to even if the world is so upside down, and no one seems to love you for the person that you are, just wants to put you down, you decide that you love yourself anyway, and you will protect yourself. You will protect those inner children within you, like the person you were when you came. See that little person, see that they are worthy of your love and protection. You have felt the same way since you were a little boy or a little girl. Now it's time to stand up for yourself and decide that it was never anything wrong with you. It was just that you were too small to express yourself in a way that the grown-ups could understand. But now you aren't anymore. So start to work with putting like defenses around this, deciding that they are good exactly as they are. Nothing needs to be changed. They just need to have protection from you, loving yourself, protecting yourself, respecting yourself, aligning with your needs, seeing to that your needs are met. It can seem like a bit dangerous card, this, but this is also very much for the Queen of Swords, being a little bit masked, having a little bit resistance. It's good, but she will know which people to trust and which not to trust. And I think she will learn to trust the Queen of Wands and learn to start expressing herself and not see that this person come from a dark place, but it looks like the sun is here just behind and coming over a fence. So it's like you can defend yourself wherever you go. You don't have to hide. You can express yourself and still defend yourself. You have this strength now. It's enough. So for Queen of Swords, sometimes give up because it's no use to talk to morons she can feel, so she doesn't express herself at all. So that's her protection. But your new protection is going to follow you. Even though you're expressing yourself, you're still going to take care of yourself. This is not going to go away. It's still going to be there. It's just going to change shape into something else, into a more stubbornness instead of hiding. More like the stubbornness that the Queen of Wands have, that when whatever happens, she is still fighting for herself instead of hiding away. Okay. So also past life oracle cards to see the background maybe to this situation. Okay, so imprisonment and slavery, it's much like the devil, how you have put yourself to prison and suppressed your own communication, your own needs, because you felt like the person that you weren't really allowed. Your feelings and expressions were wrong. So you have contained them in a closed environment, so it wouldn't come out to the public. But now it needs to come out to the public. You need to show your true self. You can't hide in the shadow anymore with your needs and with your beliefs. Sometimes it's good also if you start to express your darkest thoughts about things. You might get some new light in here, because if you have gone around with a misunderstanding, we have whole people going around with misunderstandings sometimes about other people being dangerous and think from people from that place they are really like this and this. When you start to express those beliefs that you have, and you can go into a discussion like this with other people, you might get enlightened and see that your old ways of seeing things was misunderstandings or misassumptions. So it's not only that you are like good in the way that you are. Sometimes you carry around like things that it's not good for you, and you it's like you are having dark thoughts that's not really nourishment for your soul. So when you express this misassumptions, people can correct you by telling you that, well, you can see it from this side instead, and you will become enlightened with new thoughts. And here you have also forgiveness. So no one has done anything for you. You don't have to have victim mentality. Everyone is doing the best they can to be following rules and being the person they were supposed to be and everything like this. And sometimes things go wrong, how hard we try to be the best person we can, and we don't have all the facts all the time. So forgiveness is a good thing, not for the other person as much as for yourself, to free yourself from this prison of hatred and other things. Okay, so my dear Pisces, I'm so grateful for all of you watching, liking, subscribing and commenting to my video. I'm also very grateful for you watching this far. So I'm going to free you now and say take really good care, and I hope to see you again in the beginning of April. Okay, bye bye.